What is the spiritual dream meaning of bottles?
Let me ask you something. What if every scream you've swallowed, every tear you've held back, every single truth you've buried alive has been collecting inside of you, like liquid in a sealed bottle? And what if the pressure is about to blow? This isn't just some deep metaphor. This was Amy Winehouse's life, and it might just be yours too.
Think about Amy Winehouse. Her voice, it was a soul on fire. She was like this bottle full of something so rare, so intoxicating, that the entire world was desperate to drink it. But here's the part nobody talks about enough. Amy didn't know how to open herself safely.
You see, she grew up just storing everything. The grief from her parents' divorce, these deep abandonment wounds, a ferocious need for love that was never quite satisfied. So she turned to literal bottles to cope. She poured all her pain into her music, and then she poured alcohol into herself to numb what it cost her to create it.
When she was found dead at just 27, her blood alcohol level was more than 5 times the legal limit. A woman of such extraordinary depth, just gone.
And let's be absolutely clear, the bottle did not kill Amy Winehouse. The inability to release what she was holding inside, the pressure, that's what killed her.
And that brings us right back to you. If a bottle keeps showing up in your dreams, your subconscious is not playing games. It is sending you an emergency signal, period.
So I want you to ask yourself right now, with brutal honesty, what have you been containing that's starting to corrode you from the inside out?
Are you holding on to emotions for other people, things that were never, ever yours to carry in the first place? Have you sealed yourself completely shut because the last time you dared to open up, someone treated your vulnerability like a weapon against you?
And finally, the big one, are you being preserved or are you trapped? And look, these are not casual questions. These are life or death questions.
You have to understand, a bottle in a dream is one of the most layered symbols your mind can possibly produce. It's all about containment, and that containment, it cuts both ways. There's this powerful duality to it, right? On one hand, a bottle can protect something precious, preserve it until it's ready. But on the other hand, it can become a prison. It can suffocate and pressurize something beautiful until it just explodes.
And if you look at this through different psychological lenses, the meaning gets even deeper. In spiritual psychology, the bottle is your emotional body. From a CBT standpoint, it reflects those core beliefs that maybe feelings are dangerous or that they're a sign of weakness. And from a relational perspective, well, it asks the most intimate question of all. Who in your life do you actually trust enough to open up to?
So when you boil it all down, the bottle in your dream is not just an object. It is you. It's the self you've packaged up, sealed shut, and stored on a shelf because you were never taught how to pour yourself out without losing yourself entirely.
And this brings us right back to Amy. She never found that middle path, that sacred intentional act of emotional release with people who were safe enough to hold her. And that one missing skill cost her everything.
Your dream is telling you, don't let it cost you everything too. Something sealed away for too long becomes dangerous. And this isn't a moral failing. It's not a weakness. Pressure without release is just physics.
Here is the key distinction you absolutely must understand. You are not broken. You are full, and being full is not the same thing as being whole, not even close.
Your dream of a bottle, that is the knock on the door. The only real question left is, are you going to open it?
Part 2. Let's get one thing straight. Your subconscious isn't just throwing random static at you while you sleep. Every single bottle dream is a targeted message. It's telling you exactly where your emotional life has gone dangerously off course. You need to read these as if your survival depends on it, because, sometimes it actually does.
So, you dream of a bottle, and it's just bone dry. The meaning here is brutally simple. You have given everything away. You've poured yourself out for everyone and everything else until there's absolutely nothing left. This is the dream of a woman running on fumes.
Look, this is not a gentle nudge. This is a red line warning from your own mind. It's screaming at you that you cannot pour from an empty vessel. It's telling you to stop right now and refill. And this isn't about being selfish. This is about pure survival.
Okay, next up, the broken bottle. In the dream, it shatters. This means a containment has failed. Something you have been holding together with sheer willpower. A fake smile, a dying relationship, a painful secret. It's finally hit its breaking point. This isn't just destruction. It's an uncontrolled release. Your dream is literally giving you permission to stop pretending. The secret's out. The thing is broken. So grieve it for sure,
but then step away from the glass so you stop cutting yourself on the pieces.
All right, picture this one. You see a bottle, and it is filled to the absolute brim, but it is sealed tight. This is all about the enormous potential that's locked inside you. Your talent, your truth, your power, it's all in there. But something is keeping it sealed. And usually that something is fear, or shame, or maybe even a specific person.
You have to understand, that seal is no longer protecting you, it's a prison. So your work isn't about trying to add more to yourself, it's about finding the courage to finally open what's already there. You find a bottle with a note inside, just drifting on the open water. Or maybe you're the one sending it. This is the language of loneliness. It means there is something urgent you need to say, but you truly believe that no one around you can actually hear it.
This dream is a direct command. Seriously, the fact that you're even sending the message means you still believe, deep down, that someone is out there. You have to act on that belief. Find your person, a therapist, a new friend, a community. Find them before that bottle sinks.
Okay, this one can be tough. You're holding a bottle, and either you can't tell if it's healing or if it's lethal, or you know damn well it's poison and you're drinking it anyway. Your subconscious is confronting your own role in your suffering. You are actively choosing something you know is harming you. Now, this isn't about judgment, it's about clarity. The dream is forcing you to name the destructive thing you've been calling comfort, whether it's a toxic relationship, a bad habit, or just that voice of self-criticism. You have to name it. That's the only first step to putting the bottle down.
You see liquid just spilling uncontrollably over the top of a bottle. This is such a clear signal. Your emotional capacity has been exceeded. You've hit the absolute limit of what you can possibly hold on your own.
Don't try to white-knuckle your way through this. This is a critical moment. You have to seek support, like immediately. This isn't weakness, it's just physics. When you overflow without direction, you get a flood. But if you have guidance, that overflow can become a river.
Seeing a baby bottle in your dream, this one points directly to your earliest wounds. It's about needs that were not met when you were a child. This is so often the dream of the woman who is now nurturing everyone else, while her own inner child is basically starving.
You cannot heal this by just staying busy. This dream is demanding that you slow down and ask what little you needed, and figure out how grown-up you can finally provide it.
And you know, the material of the bottle itself tells a huge part of the story. A glass bottle? That suggests you see your feelings as really fragile, maybe too precious and breakable to even handle. But a plastic bottle? That means you're dismissing your own emotional reality, treating your inner life like it's cheap or disposable.
And neither one of those is the truth, right? A glass bottle dream points to perfectionism, a fear of being vulnerable. A plastic bottle dream points to self-dismissal, to minimizing your own pain. They're both distortions, and trust me, both are costing you dearly.
Also, you have got to pay attention to color. It is a precision tool. A red bottle is all about suppressed anger, or passion, or desire. A blue bottle? That's unprocessed grief or sadness. And a green bottle? That one presents a choice. Either healing is available to you right now, or envy is corroding you from the inside.
You have to honor the color. It's speaking a language that's way more specific and more honest than words. It's pointing to the exact emotion your waking mind has been trying to run from. It's time to stop running.
You hurl a bottle. You smash it against a wall. This is the dream of a woman who has reached the absolute end of her tolerance. Your subconscious is actually rehearsing a necessary release, so your waking self can find the courage to finally do it. This dream isn't telling you to be violent. It's telling you to stop containing the thing that is destroying you from the inside. It's about letting go with intention, with finality, and with real care for yourself. Every single one of these dreams, they all carry the same central truth. Containment serves a purpose, until it becomes a cage. Amy Winehouse's bottles were literal. Yours might be emotional or relational, but the stakes are the same. You are being warned before it's too late. And that really is the final question, isn't it? After all these warnings, all these signals from the deepest part of you, what happens if you just keep that lid on? And what becomes possible if you finally have the courage to take it off?
Part 3. All right, we've talked about what the dreams mean. Now we get to the work. Because, let's be honest, knowledge without action, it's just comfortable suffering. And it is time to get uncomfortable, because that pressure inside the bottle, yeah, it's already building. This is what you do before it breaks. Okay, first up, for the woman who processes through writing. If your dream was all about a message or a sealed letter or words that got stuck in your throat, this one's for you. You know why? Because unspoken words are just about the heaviest things a human body can carry. So here's a ritual. You're gonna grab a physical notebook. No, your phone doesn't count. Set a timer for 20 minutes and you just write an unsent letter to whoever or whatever you've been bottling things up about. And here's the key. You do not stop writing. No editing, no second guessing, no censoring. It doesn't have to be pretty or fair. This is for you, not them. Timer goes off, you seal it, and you do not reread it. Burn it, bury it, hide it, I don't care. The point is the release, not the delivery. You do this once a week. I promise you, your dreams will start to change. And let's be really, really clear about something. This is not some cute journaling exercise. We know factually that women who chronically suppress their emotions have higher cortisol levels, they have an increased risk for autoimmune disorders and depression. This isn't self-help, this is physical medicine. Next, for the woman who processes through movement. If your dream was about that bottle overflowing, breaking, completely exploding, well, your body is screaming at you to pay attention. Because your emotions, they don't just live in your head. They live in your tight jaw, your knotted shoulders, your upset stomach. So here's the practice. You're gonna choose a type of movement you don't normally do. If you're a runner, try kickboxing. If you're a yogi, try some wild, ecstatic dance. The newness is the whole point. It breaks the old patterns of holding everything in. And while you're moving, you name the emotion. You say it out loud. I am holding rage. I am holding grief. You let the movement serve that feeling. Let it move through you instead of getting stuck in you. Try it 3 times a week for just 1 month, and just see what happens. And look, this isn't some new age theory. The science of somatic psychology is crystal clear on this. When you don't process your emotions, they can literally show up as physical pain and illness. Moving your body is not a wellness trend, it is survival biology. All right, now for the woman who dreamt of a message in a bottle, you know who you are. And you are so lonely inside your own silence. You have to speak. And I don't mean posting online and I don't mean texting. I mean you need to use your actual voice. So here's your experiment. Find one person, just one, someone who has earned a tiny bit of your trust. And you're gonna say these exact words to them. I've been carrying something I haven't said out loud. Can I have 20 minutes of your time this week? That's it. You don't have to tell them everything. You just have to break the seal. Let one person in and practice what it feels like to be seen and heard. This isn't oversharing, it's intimacy. They are not the same thing. And if you're thinking, what's the big deal? I'm fine alone. Well, the stakes for staying silent, they're summed up by this number right here, 15. Any guesses what that means? It means that social isolation has the same negative health effects as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. Yeah, let that sink in. That bottle you're using to hold everything in, all alone, it is slowly killing you. Speaking up is not weakness, it is the antidote. Okay, what about the creative woman? The artist, the writer, the maker, who's been stuck in a long, frustrating drought. Ever wonder if your creativity is bottled up right alongside all those emotions? This practice is for you. I want you to find a physical bottle. For 1 week, every time you have an unspoken thought, a fear, a resentment, write it on a tiny slip of paper and put it inside. At the end of the week, hold that bottle. Actually feel its weight. That is what you have been carrying inside you. Then you get to choose. You can keep it, or you can perform some kind of release ritual. Burn the papers, send them down a river, whatever. And then you display the empty bottle as a symbol that you are free. Because here's the secret. Creative suppression and emotional suppression, they run on the exact same wiring in your brain. Your creativity is not gone, it is just bottled up. It's time to uncork it. Now, we have to shift the tone. For the woman whose dream bottle was filled with alcohol or pills or any other substance, if there is even a tiny whisper inside you questioning your relationship with it, listen up. This is not optional. This is called the mirror practice. And you don't start by quitting. You start by watching. For 2 weeks, every single time you reach for that substance, I want you to just notice the emotion that came right before. Was it boredom, anxiety, loneliness? You are not cataloging your failures. You are gathering data. You're becoming a detective, trying to figure out what you've been using that bottle to numb. And if you find that you can't stop, that number on your screen is the SAMHSA National Helpline. Making that call is the bravest, most powerful uncorking you could ever do. Because the stakes here, they are lethally high. And if you need a reminder, let's just look at one tragic example, summarized by this number. What do you think it means? When she died, Amy Winehouse's blood alcohol level was more than 5 times the legal limit. She wasn't reckless. She was in unbearable pain, and she didn't have the right tools to deal with it. You deserve to have tools. Please get them. And finally, for the woman who dreamed of an empty bottle, you, the caretaker, the one who keeps it all together for everybody else. You have been pouring and pouring and pouring yourself out, and you have not been filled back up. That stops now.
Your practice starts with this one sentence. Saying it, writing it, believing it is a radical act of self-preservation. I give myself permission to have needs.
But here's the thing. You have to make it real. I want you to literally write that sentence down, sign your name, post it on your bathroom mirror. And then, this is crucial, within 48 hours, you have to act on it. Decline one request you'd normally say yes to. Ask for one thing you actually need. Take 1 hour that is completely, non-negotiably, unapologetically yours. This isn't selfish, it's reconstruction. Caretaker burnout is a real, recognized medical condition. It leads to a collapsed immune system and cardiovascular disease. That dream you had of an empty bottle, it's not just a metaphor. It is a biological, medical SOS signal. You have to honor it. So look, you don't need to do all of these things. That's not the point. You just need to do one of them. The one that made your stomach flip a little, the one that felt like it was written just for you. That wisest part of yourself is screaming for your attention. You have to act right now. Open the bottle, but do it safely, intentionally, and into the right hands, starting with your own. Your life, it literally depends on it.